I've been dreaming of making a Q&A video since I started this channel, and it's finally happening. So I asked you to ask me book and non-book related questions on Instagram and YouTube. And you asked a lot of questions, which I'm so happy because I love answering questions. I'll try my best to answer as many as possible, and also this is in no particular order. So let's start yapping because it's my favorite thing to do. What is your education? I got this question a number of times. So I finished university, I went to business school, but before that, I actually went for a semester to cybernetics university, but I didn't understand anything, to be honest. So I dropped out after the first semester. What's funny, I wanted to drop out after the first month, but I had a scholarship. And if I were to drop out before the end of the semester, they wanted me to give back the scholarship money, which I didn't want to do. So I finished the whole semester, had a half-year gap, and then I went to business school, which I finished. Do you have a favorite music artist? I don't actually have a favorite artist. And I have periods in which I listen on repeat to the same songs from a certain artist, and then I won't listen to music for 3 weeks at all. That is until I find a new obsession. My latest obsession was Chase Atlantic, and also old Disney songs like She's So Gone from Lemonade Mouth, or the soundtrack of Starstruck. I really love that Disney movie. I need to mention Fire from Camp Rock. Oh my god, that is the best song ever. Do you have a favorite dream city? I don't have a dream city, but I've always been fascinated by Japan. And I love to live in the countryside there. And I've always found American countryside as portrayed in the movies very, very interesting. Probably Texas and Tennessee. I am most likely very wrong there, but I like having a ranch and all those country themed pubs, so that is the vibe. What do you think about Taylor Swift? Do you have a favorite song? I really just found out that the book girly community overlaps with the Taylor Swift fandom, and I do not listen to Taylor Swift. I'm sorry to disappoint. Her music has never been in my face when I was growing up, so I didn't really get the taste for her genre. It isn't my favorite genre anyway, but I do like a few of her songs. I don't know. She's not among the artists I usually listen to, but I feel like her music is okay. How old are you? Guys, I am 23 years old. Is that old? I hope not. What are your preferences for when hearing audiobooks? I'm not sure what your exact question is, but I love graphic audiobooks. They are so immersive, and I love listening to the audiobook while reading. I'm in the book. I don't know what's going on in the real world. I'm there in the book. Also, if I want to read fast, like really fast, this doesn't really work with graphic audios, but I will listen to the audiobook at 2.5 speed and read at the same time. And honestly, I have supersonic reading capacities when I do that. What fantasy world would you want to live in the most? I feel like this is such a hard question for an indecisive person, which I am very much of. I like adrenaline. I would be the first one to die, but I would want a very dangerous world. It could be apocalyptic, it could be fantasy and like war and all that, but I just like adrenaline, and I want to be the main character, obviously, but a world like the Empyrean series' world is very appealing to me. So is the ACOTAR world. I'm not sure what other worlds. Oh my god, the Vampire Diaries universe, I would have loved to be part of that. I've been dreaming of that my entire childhood. But the fantasy world should definitely include fighting and magic, and me being the chosen one, okay? If your life were a book title, what would it be called? Send help. So I really want to get into reading fantasy, romantasy, but I don't know what to start with. Help. Well, I feel like you should start with whatever sounds appealing. Don't go for very, very big books. I feel like you should go for something a bit shorter. The Powerless series is a good option if you want YA. We cannot forget the Empyrean series. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be. These are my pajamas. I'm so sorry. It's fine. We should not forget Onyx Storm, or the Empyrean series. So I would start with the Powerless series if you want YA, and if you want a bit of spice, the Empyrean series. ACOTAR is a good one, but I would say go through another one first. Light Lark series is a good one. Again, who has the most beautiful writing style? For now, Sarah J. Maas is my favorite author because I feel like she has enough description and action. She knows how to combine them so that even when nothing happens, it's still interesting for me. Though I will say that Lauren Roberts doesn't have one boring chapter in all her books. So I like both of them. So we have more questions from the same person. What is a good beginning spice book? One with some stuff, but not a ton. Probably The Love Hypothesis if you're looking for some rom-com. It's only 2 chapters. If you're into fantasy, the ACOTAR series doesn't really have that much spice. I don't know why people call it face smut. I mean, yeah, it's funny, but it's not smut at all. The first book doesn't even have spice, I think. Only 1 page or so. So ACOTAR is another good option. Light Lark has a little bit of spice if you want romantasy again. When did you start getting into reading? So I didn't actually read as a kid at all. My mom would force me to read. And I never liked reading. I thought it was kind of boring. I'm sorry, it was one of those, yeah. But then my boyfriend started reading. He's into classics. And I thought, you know what? He's reading all the time. I might as well start reading. So I started with The Bow or something like that. That was my first book by Marina Adair. It was a good book. Now, going back to it, it wasn't the best, but I really liked it. This happened probably 4 years ago. So I read a few books. Then I took breaks over breaks of not reading at all. Then I read God of Malice. And that was a whole new world I discovered. And a few dark romances here and there. And then again, another big break. And I started reading this year. Actually, last year in November of 2024. And that's when I started reading for real every day or like constantly. What was the first book that made you love reading? I feel like there are a few books. I really liked God of Malice. I don't know if I'd like it now, but when I read it, it was something. I loved Pachinko, which is actually the first book I read in one sitting. It's a historical fiction. It's not my favorite genre right now, but somehow this book was very, very good. Then I read Light Lark, and I feel like those were the books that made me start reading. Also, the Empyrean series, it opened a whole new world for me. How often do you actually read outside of reading for videos? I feel like reading for videos and reading for myself, it's kind of the same thing, because I choose books according to what I feel like reading and what you guys want me to read, and usually they overlap a lot. Do you have any tips on getting out of a book slump? Watch videos about reading first and foremost. Then if you are trying to read a book and it's just not hitting, it gets you into a reading slump, just DNF it, try another one, and if that doesn't work, try another one, until you find one that gets you immersed into the world. What's your favorite color? I like 3 colors, and I usually like them combined. I like purple, pink, and blue together. And I do like pastels, but at the same time, when there are intense colors, it's kind of fascinating for me. But I feel like purple is the most interesting one. Also random, but where do you get your clothes? Your outfits are always super cute. This is very nice of you to say, but I do not think that's true. I usually wear pajamas. Every time. Very rarely do I wear clothes like jeans and things like that. I just wear pajamas. Yeah. Who are your favorite booktubers? I've talked about this before. Haley was one of the first booktubers I've ever watched, and I didn't even read. I just liked watching her videos. I watch Mariana Reeds, I watch Larry, Sarah Caroli. I don't know. I think these are the ones that I go to most often. But I do watch videos from a lot of other creators as well. Have you watched Harry Potter? You might like it. I absolutely loved it. And I never read the books though. My mom bought the books for me when I was younger, and she repeatedly asked me, almost begged me to read them, and I didn't. I just watched the movies, but I love them. Did you choose to read books from the booktube community thinking you would like them, or because you were attracted to other readers in the community? I'm not sure. I just choose books that look interesting and sound like something I might like. I do trust other book content creators' opinions. I don't know. If it sounds like something I want to read, then I read it. Did you have or do you still have a pet? I do. I have 3 cats. I have Sky. I have Snow, which we do not actually call him Snow. His name is Chubby Boy in Romanian. And I also have, like, this is my boyfriend's cat, but she's my cat as well. We have Maya. Yeah, I have 3 cats, and I'd love to have many more cats. I want parrots. I want rabbits. I want a bunny so bad. I want every pet there is. I want it. I love pets. What's your favorite book? Akotar is my favorite series right now, but I still love Powerless series. I love Pachinko, as I said, my first ever read in one sitting book. Love Hypothesis is one of my favorite rom-coms. I have a lot of books that I've rated 5 stars and that I like a lot, but each of them is good for different reasons, and it's kind of hard to rate them together because it's not really fair, but Akotar was special for me. Do you have a social life? Not usually. No, not very often. I don't really get out of the house. And I don't have many friends. Yeah, I am on the internet. I love talking to you. You are my friend. How did you meet your boyfriend? And do you and your boyfriend have a cute That's How We Met story? Yeah, we kinda do. Cute and weird That's How We Met story. We've been in the same friend group for a few years. When I started to get interested in him, we had no business whatsoever before that, and I actually stalked him. I was pretty much a stalker at 15 years old. We were going to different high schools, but his high school was closer to my home and to his because we are kind of neighbors. And I would skip school and wait in the bus station that was closer to his high school so that I would meet him once he finished classes. In time, I kind of learned what his school schedule was, and I would be in the bus station. I would do all that so that I could talk to him for 15 minutes. I would do the same thing when he would come back from the gym in the afternoon. It sounds weird, but I was very close to his home waiting for him in the park where our friends would meet. And yeah, he never knew and he was clueless, and it was annoying for me that he didn't realize it. He would always go home. He wouldn't stay out. That was very annoying. Have you said to him that you used to stalk him? If yes, what was his reaction? I did tell him, and he didn't really have a reaction. He told me that he didn't notice and that I was weird, but at the same time, I think he believed that I was cute. Oh, and I said 15 years old at the beginning, so we've been together for 8 years now, and he is 2 years and a bit older than me, for anyone wondering. What was your first fantasy series that you ever read? Lightlark. And it was the book series that made me fall in love with the genre. I read the 3 books in one sitting. It took me 3 days and I didn't really take a break. I just read continuously. Hey, I've just started the Throne of Glass series. Is it worth finishing? So I actually only read the first book, and I liked it. I feel like with Sarah J. Maas's books, the first book is never the best one, and I feel like it's going to get much more interesting, so I say yes, but I don't know for sure. What are some good romance book suggestions for a 14-year-old? You can read Caraval, which is kind of unique. You can also read Powerless, so I would say these 2. Did you read the Fourth Wing series? What do you think about books which end in cliffhangers? I've read the Fourth Wing series. I've read all the books. Rebecca Yarros likes to torture us with her cliffhangers, and the Onyx Storm cliffhanger was a very low blow. I feel like cliffhangers are very annoying, but they are good. They keep us on our toes. They have their place, even though I hate them, I kind of love them at the same time. Your makeup tutorial, please, girl. I do not have a makeup tutorial to give you. I use, let me show you. Maybe I'll make a short one day about this. This is my makeup bag. I use a Vichy foundation for acne prone skin. These 2 lipsticks that I use as lip products, but also as blushes. Liquid highlighter from Catrice. A brow pencil, eyelash curler, and a mascara, and that's mainly it. I want more makeup, to be honest, but I never end up using it, so. Paperback or hardcover? I mostly have paperbacks. I've recently bought my first hardcover, which is the Powerful, Fearless, which one is it? I'm sorry, I'm very sorry, I haven't read this one yet. Fearless. Shit! fearful, powerful. I think that's powerful. And then I received such a wonderful, beautiful gift. The Onyx Storm, it's a special edition. It is in Korean, but I now I have a reason to learn Korean because I would love to be able to read this. I feel like paperbacks are floppy and I love floppy books, but these are beautiful. Will you ever write a book yourself? And I've also had a question asking what genre I would write if I were to write a book. So I do have a few book ideas in mind. I don't feel like I am at the level at which I am capable of writing a book yet. I feel like I need to read more to be able to do that, to, you know, learn what I love and what is my style. And I feel like I need to read more and I need to start writing. But I don't feel capable of that just yet. And regarding the genres, I have ideas for romantasy and for, I think it is murder mystery, a psychological kind of book. So those are the genres I would like to write. How often do you indulge in an alcoholic beverage? I do not drink at all, actually. Very rarely. In the last 4 years, I drank 2 cocktails in 4 years. I hate the taste of alcohol. I don't like the feeling of getting a little bit tipsy, but if it comes with that awful taste, I do not want to get tipsy all that much. So almost never. Top 10 tropes. So first one is definitely deadly trials. I don't know if magic is a trope, but chosen one, fated mates, mind communication, training arcs. God, training arcs. They have me on my knees. Enemies to lovers, one bit trope for sure. I love a tortured soul. A brooding, mysterious, dark man with a tortured soul. Yes. Oh, and very heavy on the banter. That's not very heavy on the banter. Hi, are you playing the electric guitar? Because I always see it in your videos. So, this is a piano. If you didn't notice, this is a piano and these are electric. This is my boyfriend's guitar and he actually knows how to play the guitar quite well. And this is my guitar. He bought it for me for my first birthday. No, I do not know how to play any instrument, but I've always wanted to. So very soon I'll learn how to do. What got you to start a booktube, bookstagram, and how did you find the courage to do it? So regarding reading, I already told you, but starting an account, this is quite a story. I've always wanted to do something creative with my life, even though as a kid I didn't actually realize it. I was very influenced by my parents and I thought I was going to be an ambassador and a pilot and a special agent, I don't know, a spy, whatever. I went through a lot of phases. But then I realized I wanted to do something creative. And my boyfriend was an absolute angel and he made me realize this. He was so supportive throughout the years. So only at 16, 17 years old did I realize that I want to do something different than whatever my parents wanted for me. And I wanted to be an actress and a singer and I still want that, but my aspirations have changed and I want something bigger than just one thing. As said, my boyfriend helped me figure out what I want to do with my life. And he was the one who first suggested starting a YouTube channel. I was kind of scared about it and he said, you know, you can like not show your face in the beginning. And that's how I started an ASMR account. A different one than this one. And I posted there for over a year, quite a bit over a year, but I had some breaks and I did show my face after a few months. It was really hilarious to film those. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really listen to ASMR content. I really liked making the videos, filming and tapping and eating. And I love eating, that you know. But I didn't like listening to it. I think that's a reason for which I stopped. Another reason was that it was kind of heavily sexualized and I didn't want that. So I stopped altogether and decided I'm gonna start a new channel about me. So I started this channel where my content was all over the place. I had, I don't know, anything and everything on my channel for a while. With Instagram, I just posted pictures in the beginning, no reels whatsoever. And I did that for a while up until 6 months ago when I was scrolling on Book Talk. At this point, I was kind of reading. Not a lot, but I really enjoyed reading. So I was on Book Talk and I just just scrolled and scrolled and kept thinking about, you know what, these girls are kind of cool. I really like them. I was watching Mariana. I was also watching Haley. So I started posting about books. And then I started doing reels. And that's when things kind of changed. I started posting short form content on TikTok for a while, and I got viral with this stupid video. I thought this was the most embarrassing thing, but at the same time it was very funny. But a lot of people saw it. I had millions of views and I didn't understand what was going on. Then I posted it on YouTube because it was only on TikTok at first. And again, I was blown away by what was going on. And on Instagram, at last, I posted it on Instagram. And again, millions of views. What is going on? So, but then I was like, you know what? I gotta take advantage of this. And I started posting more and more and more. And well, here we are. I don't know what happened in these 6 months. Regarding the courage, honestly, I just wanted to get out of my life. I didn't want to continue with what I was doing and what my life trajectory was. I wanted something different, and I was scared of people, but I didn't really have that many friends. So the possibility of them seeing my content was very slim, so I didn't really care all that much. I had those months in which I didn't show my face, but apart from that, I didn't really care all that much. But recently there was a person who I knew that found my TikTok account, one of my videos. I didn't like it. Oh my god, that's the... no. It was horrible. It was horrific. I do not want to go through that again. It's not that bad, but at the same time, I do not want real people I know to get into my book world. My book world is my thing. I want it for me only. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's my little world, and I don't want to talk about it with other people from real life. I feel like every content creator out there kind of relates to what I'm saying. It's just my world, and I want to be in it without sharing it with, I don't know, my friends, the people I know and whatnot. Do you live in the UK or England? So I've got so many questions regarding where I'm from or where do I live. So I'm from Romania. I'm Romanian and I live in Romania right now. I want to move to a different country in the near future, but for now I am from Romania and I live in Romania. If you had to have 3 favorite book boyfriends, who would they be? I have 3 favorite book boyfriends and they're right here. We have Zayden. No, wait. What did I do? I'm sorry. That's not Zayden. We have Zayden here. We have Cassian and Azriel, but Cassian is my love. We have Cassian yet again with Nesta, but I like Cassian here. We have Recent. And we have Itachi. He's my, I don't know, anime boyfriend. I love him so much. He's here and he's also here. I love him so much. I also like Adam Carlson. Who else? Kai Azer, obviously. So I do have a lot of book boyfriends. I like all of them. For now, Recent is my obsession. And Cassian. But I love all of them. What zodiac are you? I am a Libra. I don't know anything about zodiac signs. I just know I'm a Libra. My boyfriend is Cancer, I think you call it. And that's everything I know. You have so many books. Have you ever thought about annotating your books? Unfortunately, I do not annotate them nicely. A lot of people would have a stroke if they were to see how I annotate my book. I just have a pen and a highlighter, and that's it. And I do not have a steady hand. So that's how I annotate my books. I love how gorgeous you paint with oils and acrylic paints. Have you ever thought of making your own customized hardcover book bindings for your favorite books? And then painting the book edges too. So I did post a few videos about paintings, and I did paint for a while. I actually haven't painted in 5 months because I feel like I don't have time. Painting requires me to be calm, to start painting, because otherwise I'm anxious when painting. It kind of calms me down if I start with a calm feeling. It's kind of weird. Otherwise, I get anxious with it because I am very focused. I don't know how to explain this. I'm a weird person. Whatever. So I haven't painted in a long time. I don't know. I want to show you my paintings. I'm going to show some of them. Some of them are pictures. They're at my other home. The limes. I have my drawings. No one asked. No one asked to see my drawings. I'm going to show them anyway. This is my very first attempt at drawing a hand. Then I tried again and again and again and again. Someone ass and boobies. We don't have boobies here. No, we have boobies here. Yeah, things I found online. Oh, we have boobies here. Some other things, I don't know. I love this. And this here is the only thing I drew in the last 5 months. So I don't really have a lot of time. Let me put this back to where it was. I'm gonna show some other pictures here. Now, do I think about painting and drawing again? Yeah, for sure. Do I have confidence of ripping my books and attempting to paint my own covers? No, never. I would never do that. I can't do that. It will never, no. Siblings, no, I'm an only child. Do I give off only child vibes? No, I would have loved to have a sister or a brother. How many books have you read? I think I've read about 90 books now, but I didn't record what I read before starting content creation, so I'm not really sure, but around 90 books, not that much, to be honest. Will you ever read manga or maybe even horror books? What do you mean, will I ever? What do you think these are? I do read, when it comes to manga versus anime, I prefer to watch anime rather than read manga, but I like both. And horror books? Yeah, I would love to read some horror books for sure. Do you still go ice skating? I miss it. Me too. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, I used to figure skate for a little bit. I posted a few videos about it on my channel. I think they're still up. So I started figure skating as an adult, and I figure skated for 6 months, in which I kind of learned the basic jumps, but not to the extent that I could say I actually managed to jump them in the correct way, but it was very fun. Now, I do not figure skate anymore. I feel like I don't have enough time at all for anything, to be honest, but I would love to go back to it sometime. I've promised myself that I want to be able to do an axel, so up until then, figure skating is still on my bucket list, or learning how to jump an axel. So, but not right now because it is quite expensive and it's very time consuming, but it is a very, very beautiful hobby or activity to do regularly. I don't know. It's very beautiful, but not in the near future. I'm afraid not. Do you like K-pop? Are you a K-pop stan? So I like K-pop. I said I do not listen to music all the time. I have periods in which I listen obsessively and then I don't. But let me see what I've been listening lately. So I liked a lot of Hwasa, I think, songs. I've listened to some EXO songs, BTS as well. Stray Kids, a few songs, but not to the extent that I can say I listen to K-pop all the time, but I do watch K-dramas and I love them. I love Korean and Japanese culture. How are you doing, really? Well, that's a question, isn't it? How are you doing, really? I think I've been doing the best I've ever done, whatever, in my life. Since I started this online thing I'm doing, content creation, I've had a lot of ups and downs over the years. I started this 5 years ago and it has been quite difficult because I put all my trust in this. I said, you know what, this is what I want to do. I will succeed. And it was very difficult over the years because, well, I put everything I had into this somehow. But I had to learn a lot and I made a lot of mistakes. Now, lately, this is a dream. I don't know how to put this in a different way, but it has been a dream. But at the same time, I'm a very anxious person, unfortunately, and I freak out over anything. I always freak out over views, over what people want to see. What should I do? How should I film? Should I post more? I want to do lives. So I'm always stressing out, which is a very big issue of mine. I stress out about every single thing. So that's my biggest issue. But in reality, like real problems and real issues, there are none. There are no problems. Everything is wonderful. Apart from me being my own problem, life is great. I'm just tired sometimes. I don't know. I feel like I put a lot of time into content creation, but I love it. It's beautiful. I don't know. I'm so happy. Do you understand how happy I am that people ask me questions? People are curious about me. Oh my god, I love it. Are you a night or a day reader? I am a reader. Whenever I feel like reading, I feel like reading at night and having some fairy lights and being cozy and toasty in my bed with some ambient music is the best way to read. Do you work anywhere? I need to tell you a bit of a backstory for this question. So when I finished university, I realized that I do not want to work as an employee. I worked at a multinational for 3 days, and this will sound like I am the whiniest bitch ever, but I cried. I started crying after those 3 days. I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to leave like this. I didn't like how people were treating other people. I didn't like what I had to do. I felt like if I was going to work in a multinational and work something that is not creative, I felt like I was literally going to die. I worked at Sephora for a month. It was absolutely horrible. I had a fight with some people there. I'm never entering a Sephora ever again. I haven't been into a Sephora store since then. That was 4 years ago, and I'm never going to enter into a Sephora store again. I had a few jobs in marketing since then, since I finished school, but I've been a voice actress mostly. If you know how being a voice actress works, you go to the studio whenever you have a casting and you get the casting and then you have a role, or for other roles that do not need a casting. So I've been a voice actress for 4 years. Now, that wasn't, in my opinion, a full-time job. It was a job. It got me some money to buy whatever I needed, but I wasn't consuming money all that much. So I was thankful for being able to have a part-time job I absolutely loved while I could focus on content creation. And there were times in which it was very difficult because I hoped continuously that what I'm doing online will work. Being a voice actress was very, very, very nice. I really loved it. But I actually quit that a month ago, I think, because I want to have more time to do this. And yeah, at this moment right now, this is my job, but I've had a job up until last month. And now this is my job, making content for you and any other artistic thing I can think about. I want to do a lot of things. I have a lot of plans. I don't know how life will go, but at this moment, this is my job, but I've been a voice actress. And even though I don't have a job as a voice actress right now, I'm still a voice actress. OnlyFans. No, I just read. What's your favorite coffee order? Girl, I don't drink coffee, and Starbucks is too expensive. And I prefer to make my own coffee at home. So I make my own coffee at home with chicory coffee, vanilla extract, and honey. And that's my coffee. Coffee doesn't do anything for me. I can drink it whenever and I don't feel anything. So it's just a taste thing. What is the best and the worst book you've read? I feel like the best book I've read was Mist and Fury. Probably. If we're talking about fantasy, romantasy, also Throne of Glass, also Powerless. This is so hard to decide, but you know what my favorite books are already. But my least favorite books were The Minister of Time, which I haven't actually finished. If He Had Been With Me, girl. Least favorite for sure. Dance, Dance, Dance by Haruki Murakami. I didn't finish that. I didn't like it. Sokcho was another book I absolutely despise. Most boring book I've ever read. Those are the main books I didn't like. Stuffed and Unhinged. Those two were definitely on the worst books ever. Did you or did you not watch K-pop Demon Hunters? Guys, you went crazy after you saw my short or TikTok, wherever you saw it, with K-pop Demon Hunters on the background. I haven't watched it. I'm sorry to disappoint. I haven't watched it. What do you think about ACOTAR 6? What do I think about ACOTAR 6? I don't know what to think. I'm crazy about that. I have to read A Court of Silver Flames before that, and apparently there's a crossover and I actually have to read the Crescent City series before that. I don't know. I need to read all the Sarah J. Maas world now before the next ACOTAR. And honestly, who puts an arrow after 6? That's not ACOTAR. That's ACOTAR 6-8. I'm sorry, that's what I believe. Which do you like best? Pesto pasta or bolognese pasta? And I've also had a question about what's my favorite food, but I think I lost it. I love white sauce pasta. I've loved quattro formaggi pasta my entire life and carbonara pasta, and I haven't tried pesto pasta, only pesto. I think I love that. I love bolognese pasta, but I don't really eat meat almost at all now. Very rarely do I eat meat. So red sauce pasta, I don't know, arrabbiata, whatever. I like all types of pasta. Pasta is actually my favorite food. I like burgers and I like French fries and I like cheese, girl. I like cheese so damn much. Cheese. Cheese with mayo. I'm hungry. Can you please make another 24-hour reading video? Love it. No, I cannot. I cannot do another 24. It was torture. It was horrible. I loved reading the book and it was very exciting in the beginning to be able to read that much, but it was so damn hard. I was so sleepy and I couldn't sleep. Not a very pleasing experience, to be honest. And I thought about doing a 24-hour reading challenge with sleeping, but is that a 24-hour reading challenge? That is not. And I'm not weak, and I will not do it if it's not a full 24-hour reading challenge without sleep. So not very soon, I'm afraid. I'm afraid not very soon. How do you handle work, study with reading books and making content? So as I've said, I finished school, and with work, I quit my job last month, but it's kind of hard to juggle all of them because with going to the studio, it was very unpredictable. They would call and say, hey, can you come in tomorrow? And then I would have to film a video tomorrow. And then if I don't film it, I can post it on Saturday. And not posting a Saturday is not an option because I have a schedule and I don't want to get out of it because you guys are expecting some videos. And even if you're not expecting them, I feel like, I have to do this. This is my job. I want to do this. So I want to post on Saturday. And then it would interfere with the videos I make because I post 2 to 3, 4 even shorts a day, and then I post a long form video on Saturday, and I want to post even more long form videos. I want to go live as well, so it interferes a lot, and content creation takes most of my time. I feel like if I'm very organized, it can take 6 hours a day, but you know, people need to take breaks, and sometimes you are tired and it takes longer and you need to refilm things. So I think that it is close to a full-time job, at least now for me, because I'm really focused on this. And I haven't actually had time for hobbies or any other activities I used to do, like painting or language learning or playing an instrument. I used to do that and try new things and painting and drawing and all that, learning how to dance. So there's so many things I want to do, and I used to try one or the other, but right now I feel like it's kind of difficult since I haven't yet gotten used to what I'm doing with content creation, but I'm starting to be less anxious about posting and whatnot, so I'm slowly easing into somewhat of a routine. And yeah, I want to have hobbies again. But I'm not mad about it. I'm actually happy. I feel like there is a time for certain things. And I have such a great time posting content and reading. And I know, everything comes at their time. And I feel like I'm getting more used to it now. I don't know what the question was. I started yapping. How do you handle work, study with reading books and making content? Kind of hard if you're like me and your life is literal chaos. So I'm very disorganized. Are these all the questions? Did I finish all the questions? Okay, girlies, this was the video. I've been yapping for such a long time. I do not know how long this video will be. Thank you for asking so many questions. I really loved that I was able to do a Q&A video. You're very sweet. You can subscribe to my channel right here if you haven't yet. Also, you can watch this video. Yeah, thank you. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Bye.